Hey y'all.
So I'm dressed as winter.
And I am dressed as summer.
We are here in Mississippi.
It's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone.
Merry Hanukkah.
For the rest of you, yes, happy holidays.
I didn't have anywhere to be because I'm Jewish.
So she came with me.
Yay, Christmas.
She's required, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
After you're together for a year, they're required to be on certain holidays.
And here I am. So what do you want to talk about?
We're gonna make this video about our sexuality.
Yeah, let's talk about our sexuality. Do you want me to go first?
I want Bria to go first.
Okay, I guess I'm going first. So my first crush, I think, was when I was 5. Her name was Alex, and she had blonde bangs, and they kind of swooped to the side. Not like Justin Bieber swoop, but like a nice, like a center swoop. And she liked horses, which is probably why I like you.
Do you think that you're more into blondes because your first crush was on a blonde?
I never thought about it that way.
She's always loved blondes.
I've always liked blondes.
I'm the odd attraction for her.
She's
not
definitely
used to the brunette thing. I've always been attracted to dark-haired people. I dated one blonde, and that didn't last as long. Not to hate on you blondes out there. I think you're all beautiful, but
I don't know. It's like maybe like like when you grew up, you like start liking blue cheese and red wine. I think you're kind of like your palate develops or something.
I don't think our palate's ever going to develop to like blue cheese.
That is definitely true. I won't ever like blue cheese.
Oof.
It's like a curse word.
Anyway.
So yeah, her name was Alex, and she liked horses. That's my sexuality story. It's not very interesting. I'm a lesbian.
Yes, it is.
Is it? Thank you.
She dated guys. She dated white guys, black guys. She was really trying to figure herself out before she came out as a lesbian. There's a lot more interest there than just a 5-year-old crush.
Well, I went through the whole bisexual stage too, which I think a lot of people, the first step, you're like, I'm starting to have feelings for the same sex. Maybe I'm bisexual, which makes it easier, especially for parents, which is what I did.
The problem with society is that they treat sexuality like straight is what is normal. And sure, there's more people that are straight, but that doesn't mean that it's normal. What's normal is what feels right for you. So don't be nervous about that. There's so many of us out there that want to support you and love you for just the way you are. So I became interested in women when I was 19, or I realized my interest in women when I was 19. My attraction to women started when I was about 7, when I watched Titanic.
That's a good movie.
I'm sure you all out there can understand why I had this intense fascination with women. Kate Winslet's a beautiful woman.
There's a reason why it's PG-13.
And then all throughout high school, stuff like that. When you have like a fascination or an interest with somebody, like you can't put your finger on it, you're like want to watch them or you want to follow them. Not really follow them like in a stalkerish way, but like say if you pass them in the hall, you're like, oh, wow, they're really beautiful, or oh wow, like they're so interesting. Well, for me, it was always girls, and it was like 4 girls throughout high school, and it's just like every time I passed them, I was like, oh wow. And I had no idea what that was at the time. Like I didn't think about them or anything like that, but I did eventually have dreams like that I kissed my best friend, and that I was like, I was either like it started I was a guy in a dream and I kissed a girl, and then later it turned into like I was a girl and I was kissing another girl, and I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. I think I realized I like girls when I was 19. I was sitting next to a beautiful girl who happened to be blonde, which I told you earlier is not what I'm usually attracted to, but she was like very open, and I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, girls. That's really how it was. It was like a light bulb went off, and suddenly I liked her. And the next day I told her I thought I had a crush on her, and she was very straight but very supportive. And
did you have a boyfriend?
I did. I had a boyfriend. I'd been dating him about 2 months, and he was like, whatever, it's whatever. And I loved him very much, so I was not suddenly like, oh, I want to date a girl. I was just like suddenly okay with being attracted to one. And we dated for about 6 more months, and then when we broke up, I met a girl and liked her, and that was the beginning of the rest of my life.
Wasn't me, was it?
No, her name was Riley.
Oh. Shout out to Riley.
Shout out to Riley, and shout out to Livy for being my first crush. Good friend.
If you didn't know.
She's great.
So people are wondering how you identify yourself now. I mean, you are in a relationship with a woman, but you don't identify yourself as a lesbian. And there's so many different type of people and different ways you can identify yourself.
And everything's okay.
It's not just gay, bi, straight. I mean, there's definitely things in between.
If you are out there and you feel like you like girls and guys, don't beat yourself up for like not being able to choose, because some people truly do like both. I researched a lot on Google. You were about to say that?
Yeah, she decided that she was going to try to figure out how she, like a word to
It bothered me because I felt especially bad for you guys, because I was like, I wouldn't want people to feel that I was misrepresenting myself. I mean, I'm happy to come out and say that I'm still somewhat attracted to men, but I do feel pretty certain that I want to marry a woman. You know, hopefully if I'm lucky, we'll see what happens.
I don't know why she's looking at me.
She's pretty special.
Yeah, stop.
But I found a Google term, and it was called a homo-romantic bisexual. I want to hear more about your sexuality.
You want to hear more about my sexuality?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can I kiss you?
I thought you never asked.
Is she not the most beautiful girl?
I love you so much.
Oh, let's do it again.
Oh. It got mostly nose.
I have a big one.
It's cold.
I love you.
I love you. I would identify myself as a lesbian, and it's something that I've had to come to terms with for a long time, but when I turned 18, I really realized for sure that I was lesbian. When I was 13, I came out as a bisexual.
Wow.
What?
That's so early.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the dogs. Yeah, it was pretty early.
That's pretty incredible. That's brave.
Thank you. I told a couple of my friends when I was 13 that I thought I was bisexual, and it turned out to be really rewarding because both of the friends that I came out to either had mothers that were lesbians or bisexual, so they were like, I think it's wonderful who you are. So I was very fortunate. When I look back on myself, I'm like, you know what? All the signs were there, even when I was young. It took me realizing, and it took me being okay with myself. And having a good support team, and there's so many people out there that were supportive of me, and it was okay. No one came out and bit me or attacked me
And even if people did, even if it was a rough start at first, the good thing, especially about the internet today, is that you can connect with so many people that are like there with open arms, that want to welcome you and support you for exactly who you are.
There's a huge community out there.
Yeah,
that's
and we're
very
here.
Supportive. And we're
We
here.
love to talk to all of you. We're happy to be here for you anytime you need us.
Yeah. Basically, the message we want to put out there is that it doesn't really matter where you're from. You could be from Mississippi, you could be from Georgia, which is where I'm from, and you can be the best person you can be. And
Gay, straight, bi, transgender, whoever you feel true in yourself, it doesn't matter where you're from, you are perfect just the way you are.
But it's always a work in progress. You should always try to become better. Everyone needs to grow.
That's good.
Thank you.
We love you guys, and we love each other.
I do love her. I love you guys too.